Hi there, Sauce Goddess here. Week 5 of the I Love It Spicy Feast Your Eyes on This video cooking challenge. And this week we've been challenged with making a sandwich and a wrap. Hot, melty sandwich. Giant white habanero pork and veal sausage with melted Havarti and Munster cheeses. Sweet and spicy 3-pepper bacon onion chutney and yellow 7-pot garlicky kale on jalapeno cheese bread. The Chillin' Wrap, peach ghost scorpion bacon, smoked Asian sweet red devil chicken, plus spicy homemade pickles, Moraga scorpion mayo, crunchy slaw with spicy mayo, and a 3-pepper spicy tortilla wrap. We're going to make some bacon. And I have got to remove the skin on this, and then we're going to make a rub. We're going to pop these into baggies with the rub on them and place them in the fridge for a day or two and let them cure a little bit before we smoke them. Ingredients that are going to be going into our spice rub. We've got 3 tablespoons of black peppercorn. We've got a tablespoon of allspice berries. We have a teaspoon of coriander, cloves, some ground cayenne pepper, and looky here, a Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. That's all in the spice grinder. Now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of kosher salt. Will be our rub for our bacon. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my sweet heat seasoning. I'm holding an edge of the skin and I'm just running my knife along this. Here's our pork belly, skinned. Sprinkle some of the seasoning on it. Rub it in, into the baggie, and into the fridge it goes. We have 4 super hot chilies from Jim Duffy, Refining Fire Chilies. I feel like a mad scientist. Here's my 4 samples from last night. Trinidad Chocolate Scorpion. Here's my yellow 7-pot, my Moraga Scorpion, and my giant white habanero. About 1.25 pounds of veal, 1.5 pounds of pork. I'm going to get out my trusty grinder. I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients and re-grind this. Then we'll go back through and put it into a casing. This is the giant white habanero. That's going in there. A teaspoon of basil. 3 tablespoons of my magic sweet heat seasoning again. I know you guys must think I'm an addict, and yes, that's true. 2 tablespoons of the water that I rehydrated the dried chili with. Ah, I see the pepper. See that yellow color come through? So I've got a little miniature patty here, and I'm just going to fry this up in the pan and taste it for seasoning. I need salt, and definitely can use some more heat. So 2 more tablespoons of the sweet heat seasoning. 1 teaspoon of just plain old salt, 1 more teaspoon of basil. Also going to add the remaining water from the giant white habanero. Okay, so that was the perfect adjustment to make. A fun little buzz of heat in my mouth. Definitely can taste the basil, and that looks pretty good. 7-pot butter warms up, and you can see I'm cutting this really hard stem out of there. A 7-pot scorpion in there. Lovely, spicier than spicy pepper. My lips are still slightly uncomfortably warm, but I had to taste it. I had to know how much to put in. Put it on this, and we'll let it cook until it gets tender. In this jar, I have half a jar of my sweet red devil sauce, which is a sweet habanero dipping and grilling sauce. I've got 2 tablespoons of soy and 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. It's going to give it a little bit of an Asian flair. We're going to use this as both a marinade and an after smoking sauce for our chicken. Here's our chicken. Give everybody a nice little coat. Getting ready to smoke our bacon, our pork and veal sausages, and our chicken. I've got a little bit of bourbon and water solution, so it's like a cocktail for my wood chips. Here we've got our 2 pork bellies, bacon wannabe. Underneath you can see we've got the pork sausages in a little Fat Tire Amber Ale spa tub. We are making the bacon onion chutney. What I have is 2 sweet onions, really thinly sliced. I have 1 of my slabs of bacon, and I have the 2 little end pieces from the other slab. I'm using my sweet and spicy grill glaze. This is different from the sweet red devil sauce in that it's got brown sugar, which is going to be great with the bacon and great with our sausage. Over here I have a jar of hot water with my 3 of the peppers from Jim Duffy. I've got the yellow 7-pot, the chocolate scorpion, and the Moraga scorpion. These are going to cook with this. then we're going to take them out. I don't want it to be too hot. This is supposed to be a wonderful bacon onion chutney. It's not supposed to be blazingly hot. It's about the bacon, it's about the sausage, it's about the cheese that we're going to put on here, so it's going to be great. We're cooking our bacon and onions until the onions are clear. We'll add the sauce and the pepper water, and we'll let that reduce until it's sticky and gooey. The sauce has been bubbling away for a total of about 45 minutes, and now I'm fishing out the peppers. I go to the store and buy a wrap, but I've got a killer recipe for flour tortillas from my sister, and I'm going to spice it up. Here's our Moraga Scorpion. Look, no water. Here's our yellow 7-pot. No water here either. Looky here. Here's our warm water for making our wrap. I have 5 cups of regular all-purpose flour. I've got a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt. This is 5 tablespoons of shortening. I'm going to mix this together until it looks crumbly, and then I'm going to add the water. Okay, getting rid of the bowl. It's on my counter. Divided these up into 12 pieces, roughly the same size. Here's one of my rested wrap dough balls. Here's one that I've already rolled out with a little extra flour. I'm going to put those in a pan and brown them. That's got that nice little brown toastiness. I'm putting a 1/4 cup of sugar, rice vinegar, and our chocolate scorpion water. To the sugar and the vinegar and the chocolate scorpion water, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of my Super Chunk seasoning. This has fennel and thyme and salt and pepper and garlic, so this is going to be the salt component of our pickle. Almost done with my English cucumber. More final thing to add, and that's a little extra raw garlic. Into our food processor goes half of the Moraga Scorpion pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, and half a cup of rice vinegar, oil, and I'm going to need to add an egg yolk as well. So there goes the egg yolk. And we're going to add our olive oil until it becomes mayonnaise. It needs salt. Nice and spicy. So there's more salt. So that's about a total of a teaspoon of salt. And it needs a little more acid. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add a little squeeze of lime juice. Add the zest of the lime that we just juiced. This is half of a red pepper, real thinly sliced. I have probably, I don't know, 1/4 cup of slivered sweet onion. I've got the zest of half a lime. I'm going to use some lime juice. I've got our killer aioli with the Moraga Scorpion, and I've got celery salt. I'm actually just chucking everything in. I'm going to add the lime juice. I am going to add several shakes of celery salt, probably half a teaspoon. There we go. I'm going to shoot our mayonnaise in there, and let's give this a stir. I've got everything kind of incorporated. Take a little bit of this, and I'm just going to taste. Needs more acid. I need some sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. I like my coleslaw a little bit on the sweet side, and 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. At this point, I'm going to cover this up and put it in the fridge. For my hot sandwich, I've got jalapeno cheese bread from a local bakery, about a 5-minute walk from my house. I know you're thinking jalapeno cheese, kind of predictable, but it's a local bakery. It's really delicious, and it's actually firm enough to stand up to this grilled cheese and sausage sandwich that I'm doing. So I buttered one side. I'm going to build the sandwich. I've got Munster cheese. I'm going to put some of the bacon onion chutney on top of that. It goes on top of there like this. I'm going to put a couple of our pieces of our lovely smoked sausage. A little bit of kale goes on top of this, followed by a piece of cheese. And then we're going to grill this baby. I've got everything in the pan. Peekaboo. There's my kale and my sausages and my bacon onion chutney and my Munster, followed by my Havarti. Now, I'm liking this spicy mayonnaise. This was really fun to make. I may have a hard time buying bacon again. That looks good. Let's eat. Okay, settling in, time for lunch. You can taste it. You can taste the black pepper in the bacon. You can also taste the chili pepper flavor, that fruity flavor. Okay.
And them also on fire.
It's hot.
A good kind of fire, though.
That's awesome.
That is good. Yeah, we're going to be making more of that bacon.
Feast your eyes on this.